based on this story, like if you're in the battlefield of life, like I need you to understand, if you're in the battlefield of life right now, which we all are, the point of this amazing story is not that you try to find faith and God may deliver you. The point is that he already has delivered you, and so we respond to that reality. So here's what I mean. Our champion is the source of our faith and courage. Let me explain this. Just look at the text. When they saw David destroy Goliath, it produced in them a battle cry. They went from positionally scared and terrified to now let's do it, because they saw that they had a champion. And in the same way for us, in our lives, we look to Jesus, who is our champion. We dwell with Jesus. We stand on his victory. We focus on that. Let me show it to you in the Bible. Hebrews 12. Therefore, since we have such a large cloud of witnesses surrounding us, let us lay aside every hindrance, the sin that so easily ensnares us. Let us run with endurance the race that lies before us, keeping our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer, the perfecter of our faith. For the joy that lay before him, he endured the cross, despising the shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. For consider him who endured such hostility from sinners against himself, so that we won't grow weary and give up. The writer of Hebrews says if you're in this battlefield of life, you're running this race of faith, what you do is you keep your eyes on Jesus. Why? Because he started your faith. He sustains your faith. He's the one that overcame Goliath. He went to the cross. He endured the shame. He endured all the burdens. He took upon death for you. He did all of that. So our response to this is to look at our champion, to dwell with our champion. What we do not do is dwell on what's before us. Because if you take one look at Goliath, you will be terrified. If you keep focusing on those issues, that sin that keeps entrapping you, the marital stuff, the business stuff, what'll happen is fear and you'll be paralyzed. But instead, if you get on your knees and you look to your champion who says, you are my child, I have killed Goliath, he has no power over you. If you look at that, what'll happen in your life is you'll remember who he is and what he's done, and you'll begin to say things as David said them. The same God who delivered me, the same God who rescued me here, he'll rescue me here. The same God who saved me from sin, he'll release me from this sin. And you start looking and focusing and dwelling and worshiping him and calling out to him. What'll happen is is that God, through the power of his Spirit, will stir in you faith, stir in you courage, and it won't be from you. It'll be, Ephesians 3, it's the Spirit that is the power within us. What you'll find is that one day you'll say, man, I am now excited once again to see God move in my life. Instead of being, is this going to happen? Is this going to crush me? All this stuff, you're just thinking about it. Instead, when you look to your champion, you realize, oh man, I am literally in his hands. And he has fought for me. He continues to fight for me to provide the deliverance I need. I know that many people, we want a sermon that says, give me 5 stones, here I go, I'll go slay my Goliaths. But the point of David versus Goliath is that Jesus is the stone. He's the rock on which we stand. And so we look to him.